Good morning. Now, it could be another time of day wherever you are. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you view this, you get the point. Where I'm at, it is morning and the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I am grateful for many things. But, anywho, I am Sweet Tea, aka Melanin Goddess. And look, if you're looking at me right now, judge me for whatever you're judging me for. Judge yourself. I'm super goofy. But anyway, I just actually wanted to record this message because I felt like, one, I need to get in the program and get used to recording myself because I'm being guided to do so. And also, this is like me facing a fear. I generally don't do this type of thing. Just because. So, anywho, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I would like for those of you who are presently watching this to dig deep into yourself today. Ask yourself those questions that we tend to not want to ask ourselves, or we tend to just not even think about. But, if you're going through something, ask yourself, what can I do to make my circumstance better? Or, ask yourself, in this circumstance that I am presently in, have I done all that I can do on my end? Because if you are going through something and you're stressing yourself out about the situation, when you know that you've already literally done every possible thing that you can do in that circumstance, then that means, sorry, you're getting a sky view. Lord, this hair of mine. Then that means that the rest of the situation is out of your control. Okay? And you cannot stress yourself about things that you cannot control. You'd actually be doing much more harm to yourself. I don't know, what you believe in for whoever is watching this. But, give it to God. Give it to the universe. Trust that you've done all that you can do in the matter. And trust that as long as you are living according to, certain principles, and you have pure intentions towards others, and, you have integrity within self, that everything is going to come together how it should. Even if it's the toughest of battles, keep in mind that, they come to test your beliefs. They come to test your strength. They come to make you stronger. And they add to your character, most importantly. But also, sometimes we are the sacrifice. We are the one that has to go through certain battles, certain trials. And it's almost in a sense for us to be able to, share our story, to tell the next person, that we cross paths with, whether or not they're going through that same situation, if not something worse, that look, hey, I went through this, and that, and look where I'm at today. I'm still breathing. I'm still able to smile. I'm still able to give love. And that's another thing as well. If you are going through anything that is heart-wrenching for you, or overwhelming as far as your emotions go. You feel like you've given your all in a relationship, or and that could be in a relationship of any sort. It doesn't have to be, like a lover, divine, masculine, twin flame, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It could be just as simple as like a work relationship, or family, or a friendship. Okay, but if you feel like you've done your best at being there for someone, being supportive, being open, being an open ear, giving love when they needed it, whether or not you were going through something at that time or not. Just trust that everything is how it should be, even when we can't see that, even when things are at their absolute worst. They truly are how they should be. And I say this because if you can think back on a time when you were going through something that was just extremely traumatic in your life, and I'm going to give y'all a little pinch of a view, other than me, if I can switch my camera around. Nope, I'm over here snapping pictures. Anyway, if you can think of a time where, you went through something extremely traumatic and you couldn't see beyond that situation at all. You literally were just like stuck in that moment and, overwhelmed, thoughts running through your mind, not knowing how you're going to get to the next day. Remember back to that time and think about where you are today. Did you make it through that circumstance? Yes, because you're here watching this video. Okay. Did that circumstance make you stronger? More than likely. And even if you personally wouldn't consider yourself to be stronger, let's just say you learned a lesson that was more than likely a valuable lesson, and it's going to help you move forward in life, because if it was something traumatic, you're never going to want to experience that again, So you're going to take all steps and precautions going forward to avoid anything like that ever again, right? So, just know that whatever you're going through, you're gonna make it through it, And like I say, even the things that we don't understand, you have to kind of get yourself to a point in life where you overstand, the situation. You can foresee beyond that. You can say, okay, you know what? This is what's going on right now. It's weighing heavy on me, but I know it's a part of the plan. I know it's going to make me greater. I know it's going to make me stronger. I know that it's the path. It's something I had to cross on my journey for me being my greatest, best self, for me being, my highest self, for me to be able to be more open-minded. Because sometimes that's another thing, we go through things in life and we're so closed-minded in certain areas, and then we experience things, right? And then it gives us a different outlook on life. It gives us a different outlook on other people's situations that we possibly may have at one point judged, But then once you go through it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now, And then it makes you more open-minded and not so quick to judge others, So that's do your best, because I know it's not easy. It is literally an everyday, every minute battle. But do your best not to judge people, We all go through something. None of us are perfect. I am extremely far from perfect. But in my imperfections, I am amazing. I really am. And I said this because I am just authentically me, I know that I'm a beautiful soul, and I know that I'm a beautiful being. And the thing is, it's a confidence. It's not not a conceited type of thing, because I'm extremely humble. It's more on a level of, I know who I am, but at the same time I know that there are those in this lifetime that won't see my value. They won't think that I'm pretty, or think that I'm beautiful, or whatever, and that's per their perception, and they're highly entitled to having that perception. They have their own reasoning as to why they feel that way, and that is okay. And that actually is a whole nother something in itself, but I'll touch base on that in another video. But yeah, so I'm just taking my little walk today, this morning, on my first break. So I just wanted to kind of get this video out the way and just kind of get this ball rolling on what I'm being guided to do. Yeah, just be your best self. If you're going through something right now, don't let it weigh too heavily on you. Trust the process. Push through it. Take the day, minute by minute if you have to, hour by hour if you have to. One day at a time, one day at a time. It's this thing called life in this 3D realm that we live in. It is. It's it's not exactly easy, but we can make it easier for ourselves. The more that we learn, the more that we grasp an understanding of who we are, and begin to truly seek our journey as to our purpose, being here. And spend time in nature. Spend a lot more time in nature if you can. It's actually really, really refreshing for your spirit and your soul, and it's highly necessary for your body. If you believe in prayer, pray, meditate, even if it's just 5 minutes a day where you just sit in silence, total and complete silence, and let those thoughts run through your head, just to start off, because you will be able to get to a point where you can completely clear your brain of all thoughts and just sit in straight silence and straight peace and let your brain rest, because we literally go through every day with our mind just going, just thinking of all these different things, all these different scenarios. And generally, because we're so used to being disappointed in life, we tend to think of all the worst possible outcomes, because in our mind we feel like, hey, if I think of the absolute worst, if the absolute worst happens, then I've already prepared myself mentally for it, right? But what about if you prepared yourself for the best? What about if you had thoughts that, this is actually going to work for me. This is going to be a success. Try looking at things differently, because if you keep putting those negative thoughts out into the universe, that is exactly what you're going to get back. You're going to get the decline, the rejection, the negative outcome. But if you believe, which kind of is in alignment with faith, if you believe in greater, and you feel it deeply within your soul and in your heart and in your mind, and you know that you are destined for greatness, because let's be real, don't discount the fact that the Most High has placed you here, and you're still living and breathing today, for you to live a life filled with all disappointments and no victory, no success. You have to believe in greater for yourself. You have to truly love yourself and want to do better for yourself, because if you don't, who will? Who will? Who's going to love you better than you? And who's going to want better for you than yourself? It all starts with you. So go be your best self today. And don't doubt yourself. You are here to do amazing things. You really are. You're here to be great. You're here to be someone else's hope, to inspire them for their greatness. So show them that. Have a blessed day. Be love. Be great. Be light. Be you.